Elle here of Integrated Soul Works, and I'd like to talk about a few things. One is I'm offering meditation classes, and that you can learn more about on the meditation page. I'm also talking about my deep healing session work, and that's very deep process work, meaning it's nice to have someone else hold your process. Sometimes we have these blind spots, and our friends can help us, but sometimes, mostly, we vibrate with our friends, and it's the typical thing of, this person said this to me. Oh, that's terrible, or whatever. It takes a very strong person to reflect, yeah, you are that way. You have that thing going on, you know? So it's really nice to have someone else hold your process as unbiased and that's holding it from the divine and aligning you, helping you align to the divine. And that's where my work really rests on. I do soul retrieval. I do missing bit work. Sometimes we can have a part of us that's actually missing, and it takes quite a while to coax it back and land it into the system. So sometimes you might feel, gosh, there's something missing in my life that's not quite right. I'm different than I was when I was 20 to when I was now, perhaps. The other thing I do is entity removal, where most people would think, ooh, that's someone else, but often that can be you. Having a voice, having an addicted thought, having maybe even alcohol cravings, particular food cravings, a battle with your weight, perhaps. And that can often be a little parasitic type energy that can be actually removed and can really help you move away from those particular thoughts. I don't just take them off in a session. That is not how I work. How I work is we go in and we feel it, and then we go to why it's there. So we literally take off or heal some scars around why you needed this particular friend to help you out, basically, right? Because they're not evil. They're just little things. It could even be grandma and grandpa that keeps hovering around. But it's a vibration that's literally in your, attaching to your energy. So it would be out here, but it's got a paw in, and it disrupts your health immensely, I've got to say. So that's one of the things I do. The other thing I do is cord removal, and that is interesting. You can remove your cords, but sometimes we have cords that are even bigger. They're highly formed, and they actually need a pretty big oomph to take them off. So all of these things I'm mentioning, I do talk about in my thoughts page. You can zoom through there and see the thoughts that I've written about this. And then we can also have missing bits, and that can be a part of you that has clicked away from yourself, just a little part, and that takes some time to come back. Other things that we work on is if you want to step into a higher mode, which all my work is about, that vibrating higher and higher and higher, especially during this time where there's so much fear, etc. And we think, well, it's the other person who needs to do the work, but it's actually really great if we do the inner work. I'm doing my inner work all the time. I work with someone, and that's something I don't give up. And let's see, what else? One of the things that's really fantastic is if you work with me consistently, and that could be once a week, twice a week, once a month, it doesn't really matter. It's whatever is in your budget, whatever is in your thing. You can show up on a day where you feel fantastic. You feel like world's on fire. That is one of my favorite sessions to do, because that's not wounded work. That's landing more. That's landing a bigger spiritual connection in you and find exactly where that is and how to maneuver it in so that you can be even bigger when you are not having that great wave in another day. So those are some of the things that I would like to have talked about with you, and feel free to book me for a phone conversation, a consultation, or book right in to do a session. Thank you.